Good morning, my dear students. Class, today your next topic to study is to write into the file. What you have studied till now is how to read a file. There are the different method that I have told you in my last video, that how to read a different file and in different ways. For example, if you want to read a file word by word, particular characters. So these are different method that I have told you. Method number one was this, that is read and read by the size. Read will read whole of the file, but read by size particular specific number of bytes if you want to read. That is a character. So this was the method. Similarly, the second method was the read line. If a particular line I want to read, for that this method is used. So all the lines, for that we can use a for loop also. As you can see here, we can use a for loop also. So, and a line by line method, first line then print, second line read then print, third line read then print. So it will automatically will take a one complete line at a time. And while reading we were using this R. So this we have done. Now our next topic is writing into the file. Plus, writing into the file, only strings can be written. Now numeric value cannot be. So for that we have methods. How to add a numeric value, that also I will teach you today. So first of all, you see it's your Python file, and here it is your Python program, and this is the external file where you want to store your data. As I've told you in the starting, this chapter we are only studying, we want to store our data permanently. So how to do that we are doing today. Now thing is the first method that we have is to write. Write method will take a string as a parameter and write into the file. Now suppose we have empty file and I want to store something in that. In that case, I will use this method. So the syntax for this is file object write. Now how to do that? It is coming little blur, but open and the format W you will use here. Text to test2.txt is some file, and in which we want to write something, in which we want to enter the data. So for that we will use W. Now as we were doing read there, here we will write statement f dot write. F is the object, file object, and write is the command. So writing this /n in next line /n is not compulsory to write. It is just written so that this line should come in first line and next this line should come in next line. For that it is given, as you already know about the /n. Now 3 lines they have written. Fourth, they have given the print statement. This will get printed in your output. Rest will get saved in your external file. And at last, what is to be done, it is to close. Close is a statement that is used to close your opened file, and it gets saved also. Whatever the data you will feed, it will get saved also. Now see, in your text file, that txt text dot to test.txt, in that these three line has been added. Now class, our next method to learn is to save a number or numeric value. For that class, we have to convert that number into a string. So for that, str within bracket x is 52. So 52 will get converted into a string. Now you can see the complete program. New test they have opened, and 100 is to be stored in that. Hello world is to be stored, and now this 100, how to store that 100? That we have to convert into string. Now your file is closed. No output because no print statement is given here, so nothing will print in your shell, Python shell. But file, the numbers, the string and the number is saved. Now this is the format of string format. So that's all. Similarly, your next is first is the write, next is the write line. Write line is used for writing a string at a time. For example, they said we use write method. It cannot be used to write a list, tuple, etc. into the file. So sequence of data including a string can be write into a write with the method of write lines. This can suppose you want to write a string, it is okay. If you want to write a number, it is okay. But if you want to have a list, tuple, dictionary, etc., that cannot be done using write method. So we have to write the write lines. So in this they have given one, they have opened one test4 file, new file, and these are the list members that is to be filled into that file. Now write line list is the variable used here. Finally, this is the statement given, the list of the lines written in successfully. This will get printed in your scripting window. Now file is closed, so you can say that your work is done. Now this will be your output. These are the list element that get saved. Now why they are coming in different lines? Because here /n is used. If /n will not be used, it will come in a single line only. So all the list element has been saved there in your new file, that is test4.txt. So class, this is also done. Now your last topic is appending a file. Class, writing a file means creating a new file. You want to create a new file, but if you want to add some data into a old file, then what you will do? I have taken the previous example only, the example number 7, in which new file was made and w was written. In place of this w, if you will write a, then old data will remain as it is and new data will get write. Suppose I am having a file already with the name new test and it is having some data. I want to add new data to it. For that, I will use this a instead of w. So only this is the difference, that new data will get added and old will remain if we are using in place of w, if we are using a. Otherwise, old data will get deleted and new data will come if you will use w. So basically w is used when you are creating a new file. But if you are already having a file and you want to add some more data, you will use a for append. So class, that's all, and you go through it, make short notes and study well.